Yep.
They took each other out, fighting for the lead. They both took each other out in turn 3.
Your leader's over in turn 2. What happened was Andretti was behind some lap cars.
Yes.
It felt like he had to make the move, had to push the issue a little bit. Andretti went down in there. The slower car, the lap car, did what he did.
Yes.
And Andretti forced the issue, and unfortunately, your second-place car now sits silent.
Joey
in the middle of
Basie
turn
comes
3.
smiling like a happy grin. He got away from it, and
Yep.
in the process, the lap car got taken out by Jared Andretti, who was impatiently trying to get by for a second to get by lap traffic. That shows you the lead Joey Basie's got in the B1 car, Scott Stein.
Absolutely. I believe that Andretti should be able to rejoin the tail of this field. They have lapped up well through this field, so he should go to the tail end of the lead lap. We'll have to see exactly how far back in the running order that puts the car number 18 out of Mooresville, North Carolina, Jared Andretti. But I do believe you're going to want to watch that yellow and white car tonight. Yellow and white car number 18 of Jared Andretti, as he's going to move through the field quickly here as we
Andretti,
are 21
the
laps
18
in.
car.
He was running second on the track.
He got hit by lap traffic. Kelly Carlton's trying to reiterate what happened. He was trying to move by lap traffic, Kelly, and then the 18 hit a lap cart or hit a lap sprint car and in the process spun himself out. And if he's able to continue, Scott Stein, he's part of the caution, so he will go to the tail end of the field and the lap car as well. He's got a rally to come back to the front in 29 laps. Does he have enough time to do so?
It's all going to depend on how many cars are on the lead lap. We'll check and see that with timing and scoring here as they're trying to get everything. All these laps, all these race cars going so fast together. The transponder scoring system works well, but now it takes time to get everybody lined up.
And by the way, he got into the 86 car of Rick Hawley. That's the car he got into, Scott Stein. Rick Hawley, the lap car. So that was the car, the lap car that Jared Andretti got into. Jared Andretti trying to sweep the weekend. Shades of what we saw Travis Pennington do. We thought we were going to see Adam Pearson doing in the midgets, and we saw that change up as, Alex Bright was trying to double down, and Pearson pulled the slider, and, a little contact. Some people said, hey, it was rough driving, but last lap, Scott Stein, all bets are off. You got to do what you got to do. There was not a brawl down there.
I was out there talking to a couple of race fans immediately after the race, and they said, he did that exact thing. He did what he had to do. The slide job was not exactly completely clean. He did get into the front of the Alex Bright machine just a little bit. But both were able to keep moving, didn't fold up the front end or anything like that. Right now, the car in third right now is one I want to talk about. What is it? The 38 car of Chet Williams.
Yes. Started on the pole.
Yes. I think that's who it is. Hang on here. We're going to see who goes by. The 52 is Zach Chappell. Okay, here we go.
Isaac Chappell.
1, 2, yeah, Chappell's in second. Then the 3R car, I believe, is a lap down. Is that correct?
Yes.
No, the 3C of Kyle Cummins out of Princeton, Indiana. That's what I thought
you got two. Yeah, Dennis Mascara is the one that's a lap down from Sanford, Florida. Dennis Mascara.
Yeah, but that is Kyle Cummins in the 3C car. Expect to see him do some good things. That guy has been a good USAC competitor off and on all year long, and he'll have something for him now. But now you see Jared Andretti looks to be lined up about ninth.
That's pretty good midfield, you think? And there'll be double file for the restart too. Or at least Dixie double file, double style as they call it. Mm-hmm. The leader will be on his own, and then everybody else will be door to door. Kind of what the Ultimate Super Late Model Series do for their restarts in late model racing.
Yeah, I believe he's going to take up a spot right next to Eric Gentry in that blue number 10 car, if I've got it figured out correctly, as they get him lined up here with the leader out by himself, and then, like you say, the 2x2 on back behind.
And a tough break again, the number 1. The B1, Joey Basie out in front. Basie out of Mary D, Pennsylvania. He leads the way. And now second spot's going to go to the 52 of Isaac Shapel. Isaac Shapel in the 52 car. Cummings goes to third. Chet Williams, the pole car, goes to fourth. And it looks like they're going to score the 18 of Jared Andretti fifth.
No, that's Dallas Hewitt.
Or Dallas Hewitt.
18.
Okay, yes. They got two 18s in the field. So there you go.
Then it looks like Dave Darland right there alongside, or will end up alongside.
Yes.
In the 11 car, the gray
auto somewhere car. Around 8th, 9th position, we're going to see Jared Andretti have to come back through the field.
Yes.
And in 29 laps, that's plenty of time, don't you think? I mean, Normally, your features are 25, 30 laps for 410 9-wing sprints.
Yeah, 29 laps. It should be good to go. But now he's got 21 laps on that big Hoosier right rear tire. They've run some heat through it, and now running these caution laps, they're going to have a little bit of cooling off to it. So they're going to have to hopefully not get that tire sealed over. They're going to have to keep the heat in the tire and make everything work for 29 more laps. And again, you've got to pay attention to everything going on around him as he's going to try to work his way up past the fast half of this field.
So, Scott, we have an average speed of 78 miles an hour for the midget cars. How fast do you think the average speed is for the 410 non-wing sprints?
Oh, it's tough. It would be tough for me to guess without seeing a timing and scoring sheet, but I'm sure they're well up into the 90s, probably mid 80s to low 90s in clean traffic. These cars are very, very quick. They've got more pounds per ounce than about any race car out there. 900 horsepower and about 1,300 pounds.
That's right.
And
we talked about the vapor trail. If you're wondering what that stream of air is coming off the back of the tail tanks in the cars, that is the vapor trail. Because that's how fast they're going. Yep. Absolutely. They're getting it.
You see that a lot
and
with
especially in the cold.
Yep.
It really shows good in the cold.
In the cold, and you've seen it with the wing cars with the ISMA Super
Yes.
Modifieds
Oh,
and all
man,
that.
they're awesome.
Just
I miss those cars.
The way the wing packs the air together and raises the air pressure, and the moisture is what falls out on those hot summer nights and all that. Now tonight,
do you think we could ever see an ISMA race on dirt?
Oh, that'd be ugly. With the big laid-over, big block engines
I just
and all
don't know. I kind of always wonder that. Me and Paul Small talk about it all the time, my buddy up in New York. Mm-hmm. And I kind of messaged him on Facebook because I told him I was announcing my first non-wing 410 sprint race this weekend. And we were just kind of reminiscing about the days of what was the ISMA Super Modifieds and working with him. And I was like, man, I've always said it. I'd love to see an ISMA race on dirt.
That'd be crazy. Of course, Oswego's it did have dirt on it for Super Dirt Week.
Yes.
That would be the logical place to attempt such a thing.
Yes.
The home of the Super Modifieds, Oswego, New York. Glad to have them on
board. The Budweiser
board.
Classic.
Absolutely. We took our wing sprint cars there one time. We went there, we broke stuff, and they asked us not to come back. But my
favorite track when I worked ISMA was Star Speedway in Chemung, New York. Yep. I love that track. Kind of boring. But, man, they were just the speeds that those guys got in the ISMA cars, and they're darting. You know, if you ran straight, you got in the wall. No ifs, ands, or buts. You're in them ISMA supercars, you're darting. Just like these cars, too. You can't be just go no to tails behind one another. You got to make moves zigging and zagging.
I caught a super race out at Riverhead Speedway way out on the end of Long Island one night.
Yes, sir.
Amazing little stop and no-go joint. There was no high speed there at all, but, boy, that was a dogfight.
Back for green. 29 to go. The Jack Hewitt 50 tribute race. Jack Hewitt had the privilege to meet him, interview him. That was so cool earlier. Back for the restart into turn 3. Out in front is Bizey. Oh, up the wall. Up the hill went the 3 car. He saves it. Darlin's under attack.
That's Ty Tilton, the 42 car out of Lima, Ohio, the
yes,
black
sir.
42, but starting to throw a little bit of smoke. Off the left side header bank is Ty Tilton. He's made 6th. We'll see how long it stays now as Darlin relegated to 7th.
The Vapor Trails being shown in form now. They dive into 1 and 2. Back straight away. Out in front is Bizey. Bizey leads. In second spot is still Isaac Shapel. Then it's going to be the 3 of Kyle Cummings.
Dallas Hewitt went up the hill there in turn 3, and the 42 car of Tilton goes by again. Tilton now runs 5th.
Back straight away they go. Halfway this time by, and they're going to come to halfway. 25 down. Oh, trouble. We got problems. Is that Dave Darlin? I think that's Darlin's car. And somebody lost the wheel.
That looks like the right front tire off of that race car. I see the 11 of Darlin going by in turn 1, excuse me. We will
Somebody
have to see.
has stalled up in turn number 2. Darlin's continued, but a car that looks unison to his car has stalled. Is it Connor Leffler?
It could be the Leffler car. It looks like a single-digit number.
He lost the right front wheel.
Who is it? Connor Leffler. It is Connor Leffler. We were right there, Dave. It wasn't Dave Donlin. It was Connor Leffler, the 4 car out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I'll tell you, he's going to be a car. He's going to be a star to watch in the world of open wheel racing. Scott Stein. This kid's got some talent. He lost the right front tire, and that's what happened.
Wesley, that can happen from just incidental contact or anything really down there. Of course, a lot of wheel pressure going into the corner on these race cars and the right front tire. Sometimes wheel spindle, all sorts of things down there can give up a little bit of contact, and that's all it takes. But I want to talk a little bit about Ty Tilton there. Started 7th on that restart of lap 21, proceeded by Dave Darlin, made the 6th spot, and then got by Dallas Hewitt in the black 18 car.
That's right.
To put him up to 5th. The kid is going forward right now, sits behind the 38 car, I believe, Chet Williams, your pole-sitting car.
SCDRA feature race. Please line up. You are next. My apologies, Scott Stein.
That's all right.
SCDRA. Kelly was giving me that look. SCDRA feature. Line them up. It is next. 30 laps. 5,000 to win. SCDRA feature. Front wheel drives. Get them lined up. Your feature is next. Now go back to what you were saying, Scott.
No, I was saying that Chet Williams is finding himself falling back, and Ty Tilton's finding himself going forward. Now, after that caution 3 laps ago for lap 21 for Jared Andretti, looking at him, it looks like he has not really gained any spots, 1, maybe 2 spots for the car number 18 of Jared Andretti as he rolls down the backstretch behind Eric Gentry in the blue number 10. Having a little bit of trouble getting the white 4 car on the hook over here at the top of turns 1 and 2. Big, wide surface, very smooth here at Screven, Georgia. This Georgia clay packed down very nice and tight. These cars having an excellent opportunity to search anywhere on the racetrack and not have to worry about holes and slick spots and things like that. It's a very consistent, very good surface out here tonight. The folks at Screven's should be very proud of the surface they've put out for all the race cars here. 4 car now on the hook and headed back toward pit lane. It does look like they're going to take them all the way to the turn 3 track exit. As we look over the running order, not seeing anybody really.
Spacers or something? Do they use spacers to help with their setup?
Yeah, Tommy Danner just walked up and asked about the spacers, the offset.
Yes.
And what these guys do is on that big rear axle, they'll use spacers to move that right rear tire in and out to adjust the setup on the race car. The farther out they move that right rear tire, the looser it'll make the race car. The farther in they bring it. Y'all down here use a track bar.
And there's
did
also,
I say that right?
There,
to move the rear end around.
Yes.
This just essentially changes the width of the rear end in the right rear corner of the race car.
And there's also a spacer rule in place to help out with the difference of the motor packages too.
Okay.
That's also been put there with the spacer for the motor packages. Some of these guys are in 410, some are in 360, some are in 305s. So, but yes, good observation, Tommy. We're going back to green in the restart.
Tilton now trying to make the move on the bottom. He's better than Crispin off of 2. Now right up behind Kyle Cummins. Kyle Cummins runs into 3rd position, and here comes Tilton.
Back for green. Just after halfway now, 25 in. 25 to go.
Tilton.
So we've seen a lot of storylines.
Oh, we got 3 cars together in turn 1.
Trouble, and they got to slow him down. Trouble, turn number 1. Oh, my. On the binder. Everybody gets up on the binders in turns number 1 and 2. A 3-car incident.
Let's see who all's involved now. It looks like the 45 car is in the back of that situation. That'd be Brandon Denton, the driver out of Jacksonville, Florida.
They're getting ready for the fuel stop also, Scott Stein.
Yeah, we have run enough laps with the preliminaries to get the cars fired up, and now 3 caution periods that in a 50-lap event, these drivers will suffer fuel attrition at the end of the event, so we are going to have a quick fuel stop, splash some fuel in, and that will bring us to 24 laps to go.
They're going to go to a stop in turn number 3,
okay,
and that's where they're going to stop them at. You see them stopping now, race fans, and that is where, that's where the fuel stop will take place.
Well, Foster Brooks, it looks like we're going to have a couple of minutes here. Maybe we can get some things taken care of as we've got 3 cars still together down in turns 1 and 2. I don't think anybody's really torn up all that much down there.
Yeah, I think they just need to push to keep going again.
So hopefully we can get it straightened out
They've got 5 minutes.
To figure it out. That's a good Lori Morgan song
Yes,
right
it is.
there.
My daddy's favorite
Bless her-
country singer.
Bless her heart.
Yes.
Yep.
It is 12:07 midnight. They have got till 12:13.